Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the handbags that I would say I'm on the verge of selling. These are just maybe a portion of them. I probably have about 10 more that I am considering selling. And I know that there's been so many videos on YouTube recently about different influencers just getting rid of all their luxury handbags. That's not what I am planning to do in this video or what I'm planning to talk about, but these are handbags I just don't feel like I use in my collection. Honestly, I have a number of handbags. My husband, every time he comes in this room, he's like, whoa, there's so many. He's like, but I only ever really see you use, a select number of them. And it is true. And I think the part that I'm hesitant about with regards to selling is, will I regret this? Sometime later in my life, am I gonna wish I had this handbag? And I don't know, I hate having the thought of just living with regret. And please excuse my hair. It is crazy. This side, I know, it was completely different from this side. I just got it cut and I'm trying to experiment with curling it. And I like this side, but I don't like this side. And then I attempted to straighten it and then I just gave up. So we're gonna try to focus on this side of my hair. So in front of me, I have 5 handbags to show you, but like I mentioned, these are just a few of them that I am willing to part with. So let's start number 1 with my Speedy B25. I have had this now since 2018. I think I got it during spring break of 2018. So I've had it for 7 years now. And I probably, have I even used it 7 times? I don't even think I've used it 7 times. I bought this when everyone on YouTube was talking about it. And, I just thought, I'm going to use this handbag. It's so great. Everyone loves it. And then when I got it, there were a couple things that bothered me to begin with. Okay, so if you look at the handles are different colors. And when I got this to begin with from the Louis Vuitton store, that's how it was. And I tried to leave this one out in the sun just to kind of get it to be the same color as this one, but it never really happened. And I probably, I kept it in my bag, the dust bag for the longest time, and now it's in sort of a cupboard just sitting. But that part bothered me, and I should have just returned it at that point, but I thought, no, this is so hard to get. This one was made in France, it's... anyway, just stupid me if I could go back in time. But I don't use it. And there's just a number of reasons why I don't. I just feel like it's really bulky, even though it is the 25 and it is, a smaller version. I know they have the Nano as well as the Speedy 20, I believe. The Speedy 30 soft that just came out, I know that's blowing up and everyone loves it. I also watch Clothes Are Friends. Is that her name? Clothes Are My Friends? Clothes Are Friends? I don't know, but she showed it. And the price of that is crazy. I think it's close to $4,700 here in Canada for a canvas bag. It is leather on the inside, and I don't get that part. I guess it gives it that slouchiness. I know that Goyard also does that. But for me, I'm like, why would you put the beautiful, soft, supple leather on the inside and just not on the outside? But I also am gravitating towards a lot of like the leather handbags now. I don't really go towards the canvas bag. So this, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I did think I'm going to save it for my niece. My niece is now 12. I gave her my Coach Tabby, the little tiny 18. She never wears it. She's a very sporty person in general, and so she dresses really sporty and like leggings, track pants, all that kind of stuff. I just don't know if she'll ever actually get into handbags. So part of me wants to wait, but part of me is also like, I should just sell this. I know that a number of people have reached out to me to buy this. I think recently as well, like in my DMs, people have been asking me if I'm willing to sell it just because that Speedy 30 that came out, it just comes with the shoulder strap, which is sort of like a rolled shoulder strap, just like how the handles are. And I do like the look of that, but you can very easily achieve that if you take out the middle part of the strap, because as you can see here, it just joins on either end. So you can make this into a shorter shoulder strap and just wear it like how the Speedy 30, the soft Speedy 30 is worn, but it's a little bit different. I mean, the overall look of it, it doesn't have the leather there either, and it's a little bit, I guess, smushier. This one has an organizer in it that I just got off Amazon. So when the organizer is out of it, this handbag in general is pretty smushy, and maybe I'd wear it more without the organizer. Maybe it'd just be less cumbersome and it wouldn't bump into things that way. Maybe I'll give it a try. I don't know. We'll see, but I'm kind of at my wit's end with this because I've had it for so long. I just feel like I haven't used it, and I don't know if my niece will ever use it, so I just don't know if I'm going to end up keeping this. Let me know your thoughts. I feel like a lot of you will probably tell me to keep this handbag just because it is one of their iconic pieces, and you know, there could be a chance in my life where I'll wear this, but you can see the creases. I still have the original creases on this handbag from when it was folded, but that is the first one that I'm considering selling. The second one is this one here, and this is by Givenchy, and I bought this off, I think I bought it off Essence. I can't remember when I bought this. I've had this for so long. I loved it. I did have the original soft Pandora that was really, really popular, and then I ended up getting this one, which is like a different version of the Pandora, but it's a little bit, I honestly don't see anyone with this. It is a structured handbag, and that's, I think, one of the main reasons why I just stopped wearing it, because it is structured. I do get a lot of compliments. I remember wearing this and people were always like, I love your handbag, because it is very different, but I just don't find myself using it at all. So you can make this into a shoulder bag if you wanted to. You can also kind of carry it like this if you tuck the straps in, but opening it up, it's just a little snap, isn't it there? I don't even remember how to use this handbag. No, you push up and then it just opens up. I have the dust bag in there, and then it just has a pocket, and then it has a tiny little pocket here, which I feel like you couldn't put anything in. It's cute, but I don't think I've worn this maybe for like the past 3 years. I don't think I've worn this, and I also hate the process of selling handbags. I've sold maybe 3 or 4 on eBay, and it's just annoying. It's annoying because you have people that make you offers and then back out, and then it's just annoying to have to ship it and the price of shipping, and I know you can include that in. It's a frustrating process, but if I take this to a consignment store, I know they're just obviously gonna lowball me and they'll offer me 30 to 40% of what they're gonna sell it for. So at that point, it's like, is that worth it? So it's just also the fact that I'm being lazy about it. I just hate having to sell handbags. But this is another one I think I'm probably gonna end up selling just because I don't use it. I don't really foresee myself using it so much. I like the way it looks, but like I said, probably gone 3 or so years without wearing it. Moving on, we have the Gucci Soho Disco. I had to look this up when I bought this, and I'm looking at when I posted this video. I bought this, well, it says unboxing March 23rd, 2016. So I've had this now for 9 years. This was one of my first luxury handbags I bought, and I loved it. Loved it, loved it. I wore the heck out of it. It's just such like a plain, easygoing handbag. Like, it doesn't have like a lot of hardware on it, so it's not going to clash with a lot of things. It just has this like really long kind of dangly zipper pull there, but I definitely wore the heck out of this, and I feel like it's in decent condition for having it for 9 years. Like, I've seen some that are completely out of shape. This one is stuffed, and I've kept it stuffed, but I don't think I've worn this for probably, if I got this 9 years ago, at least 7 years I have not worn this handbag. I wore the heck out of it, I think, the first year, and then when I started getting to Louis Vuitton, I started wearing those handbags more, and then this one just kind of got pushed to the back. And I don't know if it's just because so many people had it, and that it just became so oversaturated that I just didn't want to wear it anymore. But this is another handbag that I think I'm contemplating selling. I just don't know the resale value of this either. I can't remember how much I paid for this, but I'll probably get, what, like $600 for this now? So at that point, is it worth it, or is it just worth it to keep it and eventually just give it away to my niece? I don't know about this. I need to know your thoughts and opinions. Right, moving on, I have this one by Balenciaga, and if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I used to love Balenciaga. It was probably one of the first brands that I started buying multiple handbags from because I really love the designs. I dress really kind of casual, kind of streetwear style, and so I felt like a lot of their shapes and designs and silhouettes really fit my lifestyle and how I dress. So I do have a number of Balenciaga handbags, and then obviously when the whole controversy and the scandal happened with Denma and that photo shoot that he did, I don't support that. I don't agree with it at all. And I'm quite happy that he's now left the house, but I'm at this point now where I don't know what to do with these handbags. I don't know if I should start, you know, wearing them again because he's gone, and he was really, I think, the part of the brand that I hated. So I don't know. I'd love to know your thoughts on it. I love the style of the rodeo handbag. I think it's just a gorgeous silhouette. I think from all the sizes, it's just such a classic piece that I know I'd use forever, but at the same point, or same time, I am very hesitant about buying from the brand. And I think a lot of it is backlash that I would get from showing it, especially here on YouTube. I feel like there's so many people that still obviously don't support the brand, even though Dema's leaving. So I'd really love to know your thoughts on it. If you're wearing Balenciaga again, if you'd ever buy from the brand again. And it's funny how we cancel different brands, I guess, based on convenience when, you know, obviously we know that Chanel has been linked with a very bad history in the past with Nazis, I'll just say it, as well as, you know, was it Prada? I think Prada did blackface in one of their campaigns. So there's been, I feel like every luxury fashion house has had some controversy, but for some reason, and I think it's due to social media, like Balenciaga was like, as soon as that happened, it was like canceled. We're gonna cancel every single person that wears it. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about Balenciaga and if you are gonna be purchasing from them in the future or if you just completely are just done with them. So this one I think I'm gonna sell just because this style, while I liked it, I never really wore this handbag because I didn't like the chain strap. It's really heavy, and in general, I don't really like a lot of the chain strap versions of any handbag. As well, the shape of it, I don't know, I just think it's really kind of outdated probably at this point. The hourglass silhouette, I just think it was a really trendy style and a lot of people had it, but I don't think this is something that I would ever reach for again in the future. So that's the next one. And then the last one I'm just gonna show you today is going to be my Jac Moose Le Grand Bambino. I absolutely adored this handbag. This is, I think, the only light colored handbag. Actually, I have another one. Maybe I have two more by some Korean brands, but when I first got this, loved it, wore it all the time. It's one of my only structured handbags as well. And for wear, it's been pretty good. I know that some people talk, oh, maybe not. I didn't notice that because I haven't worn this in forever, but there is some chipping on the hardware. It's like, it looks like it's almost beginning to tarnish a little bit, but the hardware on the front here where it says Jac Moose, that actually is really good. There's no tarnishing on that or no chips or anything. So I'm actually surprised, or maybe like a small one on the A, but it's pretty good. And then the leather had held up pretty good. The piping is pretty good. There's like a little bit of wear. So I did wear this one quite a bit. I wore it all year long too. I think the white looked really good in the winter when I was wearing long coats, but I just haven't found myself reaching for it. And I think it's also just the style. I feel like Jac Moose with the Bambino and that little Chiquito, I think the style of it was really popular, but because it's so different, it stands out. I think it got dated really quickly. Let me know your thoughts on that too, but I just haven't reached for it. And as well, it's really hard to fit things in here, but I still have the original tags in it because I got this one from Essence. So it does not fit a ton. Just note that, even though it looks like it's the grand size, just the way it's angled and how it slopes in, and or sorry, tapers in there, it really doesn't hold a lot. So I don't take a lot with me, but just note if you're thinking the grand size is going to be ginormous, it really isn't. It does not hold a lot in there. So these are the 5 handbags I'm considering selling. Again, I don't know what platform I'll sell on. I don't know if I'll go through eBay. Probably will, because that's where I'll get the most money back if I do sell them. Or if I take it to a consignment store, I definitely wouldn't take the more expensive ones, I would say, to a consignment store, because I know that they would completely lowball me. Whereas with maybe like the Balenciaga and my Jac Moose, I wouldn't care as much doing that and taking to the consignment store and taking that route and selling it. But let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know. I know it's this one the most. I'd like you to tell me whether or not I should keep the Speedy 25B and the Gucci Soho Disco. The other ones I can definitely part with, but at this point I'd love to know your opinions and thoughts on these two. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.